Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. 14-year-old Shakira Shaw missing. An Ananda alert has been activated for 14-year-old Shakira Shaw, a student of Balcom Drive, Kingston 11, who has been missing since yesterday. She is of dark complexion, stout built, and about 4 feet 4 inches tall. Reports from the Olympic Gardens police are that about 5 p.m., Shakira was last seen at home wearing a jeans dress and a pair of blue slippers. She has not been heard from since. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Shakira Shaw is being asked to contact the Olympic Gardens police at 876-923-5468, Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Police on edge. The very modest increase in wages for public sector workers factored in by the government for the 2021-22 fiscal year, which might translate to 2.5%, is already causing unease among rank-and-file members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. The incremental offered promised by the government in lieu of a one-year delay in implementing a new public sector compensation structure is expected to be front and center when the executive of the Jamaica Police Federation, which represents the cops, meets Friday. I know that high on the agenda will be the salary negotiations and the way forward and the unquote 2.5% offer that the government seems to be putting on the table. We will be discussing it with a view of meeting with the general membership for them to take a position, Police Federation President Corporal Juan James said. The Central Committee cannot unilaterally take a position. The delegates are the ones who mandate us. We will enter our executive meeting and plan a day for meeting with the delegates and seek their direction as to where we go. But I can tell you, police officers are upset, James said. He said police have further aggravated by criticism over their apparent disquiet with the pending wage negotiations, given the sacrifices made with the demands of the novel coronavirus pandemic in the course of their policing duties. That is why I think, more or less, that members are very upset about what is being bandied about. They are inconsiderate, or they may not be so amenable to the government's economic realities. For good reason, I will reserve stating any position on that until the appropriate time, Corporal James said. Public sector wage negotiations have always triggered discourse at each negotiating cycle. Minister of Finance and the Public Service Dr. Nigel Clark, tabling the 2021-2022 estimates of expenditure budget at Gordon House in February, had said that, given the massive impact of the pandemic, the government did not have the resources to begin the implementation of the new structure and, at the same time, finance the country's economic recovery. Following that announcement, two senior trade unions leaders called for an early meeting and the finance minister to discuss the details of the offer. President of the Bustamante Industrial Trade Union, Senator Kevin Gale, and President of the Union of Clerical, Administrative and Supervisory Employees, Vincent Morris, had reported that while they understood the conditions which led to the minister's appeal, there is an urgent need to deal with the modest increase that he has suggested of benefits. According to Gale, the unions need to know the level of support public sector workers can look forward to in light of the effect of the pandemic on their lives. He said that the Jamaica Confederation of the Trade Unions, of which his union is a member, expects some comprehensive discussion on the issues to begin urgently. Speaking further on the issue during a meeting of the Standing Finance Committee of Parliament, Minister Clark, who declined to give details as to the percentage increase, said, "We are not proposing a wage freeze this year, as Jamaica has endured in previous years. What we are proposing is a modest increase. And once the recovery happens next year, we will begin implementation of the compensation review. So we have made a provision, but it's not customary to tell people what their increase is going to be. We sit down with our partners and we discuss it. So I don't want to have my voice associated with any percentages because that would be interpreted the wrong way." 34 detained at illegal party. 34 persons were detained by the police at an illegal party on Olympic Way, St. Andrew last night, the police said. The event was happening meters away from the police station. Public gatherings are restricted to 10 people during non-curfew hours, and last night's curfew began at 8 p.m. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.